Okay, good morning. It's like December 20th, Friday. I have some overnights coming up. To go anyway. I left. So it's Friday. We're heading on into the Christmas week next week. It's also Hanukkah. So Hanukkah starts sundown the 25th of December to sundown the 2nd of January. So the entire break that normally people see as a very Christmassy one is also a Jewish one, so Hanukkah one. Hanukkah is for kids. It's mostly a celebration that, you know, a show for the kids per se, with all the gifts, one each day for like 8 days or whatever it is, however long the light lasted. To the oil lamps to light the candle during a tumultuous time, I'm guessing. I kind of don't know the whole story, I forget. It's been many years since I kind of studied that stuff. So anyway, what I wanted to say, last night, Thursday the 19th, I woke up in the middle of the night with like this feeling of like, it's hard to explain, extreme pressure from the outside, but it would feel like heavy pressure around my neck or my ears. But it's hard to explain why I'm going to say this, but it's like being harassed relentlessly. Should there be people who can communicate above the matrix? So say there's a bunch of gremlins, or I guess the old-fashioned way of saying it would be ghosts and goblins. That is an old way to communicate something that people already know existed. Assholes in the sky, if you will. I'm so not kidding. The fact that we can have cell phones proves that we don't need landline phones. That's enough for people's brains to sort of get to the point of understanding that sound information can go through the air magically somehow. Somehow our little cell phones are connecting to a tower somewhere in Franklinville, New Jersey, Towson, Maryland, you know, Madison, Wisconsin. It gets really weird. You're like, that's weird. My computer says it's in Franklinville. That's weird. My computer sign-on says new device from Towson, and then they have a shooting the next day, you know. So that's weird. I got some sort of message in my email for Instagram saying someone tried to log in from Sao Paulo, Brazil, and then they have a plane crash like a month later right in their like a main village in, you know, Sao Paulo. It's like, that's weird, because I'm sitting here wondering how to get a paycheck, how to survive, and somehow my laptop or my phone is like being pinged all over the place. And it turns out like weird or bad things happen in those areas, and I have no clue what it is. I do know that other people would say voodoo, like say like those pincushion dolls or whatever. I do know that I've had weird things, and I know, you know, some people would say, oh, maybe I need to go to an ear and throat specialist. Maybe I need to go to the doctor to figure out why I have these feelings or those feelings. Oh look, Quest Diagnostics in the house, Rogue. I know someone who used to work there. They are very much affiliated with the AIDS group, just because of all the testing and blood samples. And you know, a lot of people with AIDS used to have a drop box outside of their houses from Quest Diagnostics. Then they have to drop, I forget what the whole thing is. Anyway, it's been a while. But in the middle of the night, oh, a big Levan cookie package here at the Racquetball Club. This is the eastern entrance over on Side of Ham, or Side and Ham. The west entrance is over on 16th, just south of Starbucks and Real Food, and across from Chancellor, like directly across from the Chancellor Street that runs east-west, except for like here you can't see Chancellor Street because it's blocked off by buildings. It smells like croissants down here, like Starbucks croissants. Maybe it's from Elixir, the fake coffee shop there. You know, Elixir is up there. I'm surprised they're still here. I'm wondering how they have made enough money to stay open. I forgot though, we are on Side of Ham Street, so it sounds like a federal problem. Wondering how they're able to write off their losses monetarily. So Anyway, I'm trying to avoid the V, which some people will do a V around you, like two people will purposely walk on either side of you and it looks like a V, as if you're going into a vortex or being trapped in a hallway or something like that. So anyway, I used to do overnights here at 1515. This is the Chelsea. You wouldn't know that it's called the Chelsea unless you really looked into it. It doesn't say the Chelsea from outside. It says 1515 and it's Locust Street. So some sort of white felon is what I got off of the white elephant. This is for a white felon apparently. So big eyelash here. Anyway, point being, I'm just here to say that I'm tired of being harassed, whether it's in person. There's, stupid street riffraff that goes on. That's kind of normal. I've experienced stuff that's way beyond that, way over the top. This city was filled to the brim in 2011 because it had a world-renowned PAFA Arts Festival that brought in people from around the world. It was jam-packed, which aided and abetted groups playing their tricks and gang stalking. And playing out games in group form, if you will, or skits and scenarios, timed, orchestrated, almost like performances on the street. So almost like performances on the street. Like, this guy has a Dalmatian. That's almost a performance on the street. If he felt compelled to come outside because his lights blinked, or a dog whisperer or people whisperer came in, we need you to come out on the street. We need you to come in. In a normal person's brain, that would just feel like, you know what, let's go out now. I feel like going out now really quick. I usually go out a little bit later, but while the coffee's brewing, we'll take him for a walk really quick. So there are people who are whispered to, and they're told what to do without them even realizing that. They're wondering, like, you know what, I just feel like doing this. I totally feel like, I don't know how people tell the difference. For a couple nights I was sort of like jonesing, if you will, to go outside. It's like, oh, I want to go outside and really enjoy, like, I wish I had someone to meet up with, or and how do you know if you're called out, heard the call? Did you hear your calling? And then there's a song like, you missed your calling, as if it's the end of your life because you missed. But a calling, who's calling? Is it God or someone playing God? So anyway, we're zigzagging around here. It smells a little bit like over the top garlic bread. So sometimes you get a stingy, garlicky aroma, and it could verge on the edge of like rancidity or like really bad meat marinade. So anyway, whole point being, whatever happened last night. So we're starting up on let me wait until the new frame, because this will go into 8:52, and right around 8:52 there's a new frame, and I'll start the conversation there. So